Hello everyone and welcome to Cinderful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Today's video, we're going to do a Warhammer 40k Black Library review, and today we're checking out Cypher, Lord of the Fallen by John French. Now, as always, I generally listen to these as an audio version. I'll wait until the audio version comes out, pick them up, listen to them while I'm doing some other hobbying, editing, all that sort of stuff. Indeed, being a dad, looking after my kids while they're going to bed, while they're going to sleep, or indeed while I'm doing some chores around the house. With that said though, this one was narrated by John Rand, who I don't remember listening to anything that John Rand has narrated so far. I might have, but I do listen to a lot of audio stuff. The name doesn't ring a bell though, but he did a fantastic job of bringing Cypher to life. And so, the story here that we have though is, as the Great Rift unfolds in the night sky above terror and demons walk upon the birthworld of mankind, the Primarch Rebooter Gilliman returns, heralding a new dark age. During the breaking storm, Cypher and his band of Fallen escape from the most secure prison in the Imperium. Now, they're loose in the Imperial Palace. They're hunted by warriors of the Dark Angel's forces of the Adeptus Custodes and Imperial assassins. But what are Cypher's intentions? Can anything or anyone be trusted? Told from Cypher's own unreliable point of view, this tale of truth, lies and secrets sees one of the Imperium's most mysterious figures make war at its very heart. But what are the true motivations of the Lord of the Fallen? Today's video is brought to you by Gap Games, a fantastic retailer in Australia for a variety of different miniature war games. If you'd like to help support the channel, we have an affiliate link where by clicking on and purchasing, you'll help support the channel, but you'll also help support Gap Games, which is a fantastic servant to the community. And so we go on to the story's purpose. This story really helps play out the sheer confusion that Cypher's mere presence in an area creates. This isn't a story about Cypher, as he will tell you many times throughout the story. This indeed is a story about the utter chaos, I guess, that Cypher creates. And so, with that said, this is like many of these named stories, though not quite as bad as others, where it's not technically about the character that is on the front cover. It is rather about the influence, the effects that said character will have on the universe and indeed the vicinity around them. This is, I guess, reminiscent of the Angron story we looked at earlier in the year, where it wasn't so much about Angron, but rather about the effect that Angron has had on particular parts of his legion. This story is indeed, about Cypher and how it affects different aspects of the Imperium, whether that's the Dark Angels, how they act around him, how Adeptus Custodes, assassins, Imperial citizens, and even, different bands and different parts of the Fallen act around him as well. It's a really interesting story, bringing out more questions than it starts with, and just giving us a really fun and interesting look at how Cypher, well, indeed, I guess, works. And so, our story's main character is Cypher, I think. I say I think, this book is so just perfectly Cypher, it's funny. But he is the main character, he is the one telling the story, he is the one that everyone within the story is interacting with, or at least who they think they are interacting with. I think, we have all these different sort of parts of this, but I don't think a story that's told by a character can be anything other than them being the main character, as they are sort of the one narrating everything that's happening, and they're involved in everything that's happening as well. It's a really interesting sort of look, because he's narrating all these parts going, what he was doing and how he was doing things, and whether or not he's actually there is up for you to decide and you to find out as you listen to the story. And so, what does change about him over the course of the story? In all honesty, not a lot. This is like many of the stories, as I said, that are about these named characters. This is more about introducing how the universe interacts with this character, rather than any sort of character progression on Cypher's part. If we get any sort of part, this is maybe giving us an idea if that of where Cypher is going to go in the current 40k setting. This is obviously set right at the start of the sort of birth of the new age that we're currently in for Warhammer 40k, with the Indominus Crusade starting soon after. And so giving us a sort of look at Cypher's first real interactions in the current dark age of the Warhammer 40k universe. Rather than anything, this, doesn't show a lot of growth of character for him, just sets him up as a character to have some interesting questions about what he is doing in the current setting. And so, what does this book do? Well, like I said in some of the previous slides, this is just utterly Cypher. Anything anyone really loved about the character and the sort of mysterious character that he is, with this sort of agent of discord that he is just perfectly on display in the story. The book also does a really good job of making a story all about Cypher, yet really have nothing to do with Cypher, but rather his effects on those around him who think that something is all about Cypher, which is just such an interesting sort of way to look at it. Everyone in the story thinks everything is about Cypher, yet he's so minoritarily, if that is even a word, that's not a good word to talk about. He's just so not involved really in an awful lot of it. There are definitely parts where he becomes sort of the front and the fore, but he really is just creating all this discord where everyone else is so worried about what Cypher's going to do, they actually don't sort of look at, is Cypher actually doing it? And so, who would like this story? This is for Dark Angels fans, for fans of the Fallen, Chaos Space Marines. If you enjoy Cypher, one of the most mysterious figures in Warhammer 40k, and one of, the chapter's most interesting parts of narrative and lore around the Fallen as well, then this is a story you need to listen to. For me, I think this is a sort of story that a lot of people in 40k could get interested in, because he is one of those characters that just so many people know about, but obviously none of us know an awful lot about. It's really, really interesting to sort of see him given some screen time here. Now, I would say that maybe even non-40k people could get into this story. If you're looking for something to get into 40k with, this could be a really fun story. Though this is definitely a story of questions rather than answers, as Cypher will tell you what the problem with questions are throughout the course of the story multiple times. And so, in summary, for me, this was just perfect. It keeps the mystery of the character that is Cypher. Like so many things, though, in Warhammer 40k, there's mystery to it. There is multiple different answers to it. There is questions surrounding it. And once again, Cypher will tell you all about questions in this story. I think this is, one of those things that we never are going to see an answer for, truly. We're always going to get fed sort of half-truths and snippets and maybes and what-ifs, similar to the Horus Heresy always teasing those first couple of Primarchs that have been removed, we should say. Cypher is, on that level. Who are the Alpha Legion's prime sort of leaders? What is their true purpose? Same sort of thing here with Cypher. What is his true purpose? What is he doing in the universe? There's just questions abound. But it does give us a cool look, though, at sort of how the character does interact in the 40k universe, the chaos he causes, and indeed, a little bit of an insight into who exactly is following him as well around. I really enjoyed this. Kept all the shadows and all the secrecy of Cypher, while also giving us a look. I think this was really great. If you have listened to Cypher or read Cypher Lord of the Fallen, let us know your thoughts about it down in the comments below. And so that is the end of the video. We hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our great little community we have here at Sinful Gaming, we have a Discord server, which is linked down in the video's description. Also linked down in the video's description are the best ways to help support the channel, be that via Patreon or YouTube members, or by grabbing yourself some merch, whether that's stickers, t-shirt, mugs, or anything from our Teespring store as well, or by using our affiliate links, which are also linked down in the description as well, that go a long way to helping support the channel. As a special thank you to all our Patreons and YouTube members, we'd like to give you all a shout out. So thank you to Andy C, Grimskull, Colorblind Magic, Iron Grinch, Benjamin Swallows, James Cater, Mark Harvey, Domir, Average Wargamer, JJ Austrian, Cure Dynamic, Andrew Bowen, Alderin Shot First, Kendall, Soren, Green Roots Gaming, Ronya, Lockloric, The Johnny84, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Monty Stabletop Terrain, James Tillman, Disco, John Castle, and Gargamel196. Thank you all so much for helping support the channel. It means the absolute world to us. Please do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Once again, everyone, stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now.